Are you an A-level student or FSC student who is about to graduate in about a month or so, and you want to study abroad, but you are looking at alternative options in the sense that you don't want to go to UK because it is very saturated. You don't want to apply to US because right now visa appointments are not there. Canada and Australia has a high refusal. If that's the case, I'm going to tell you about a very good option, which is New Zealand. We'll discuss what are the prospects in New Zealand, what are the requirements in terms of application, visa, and all that. So stay tuned for details on study in New Zealand for your bachelor's degree.
Are you ready to explore opportunities that await you overseas? We provide guidance on selecting the right program, university, and location, tailored for your professional goals and career. To achieve your overseas goals and aspirations, go global with Shady Global.
Welcome back. My name is Hassan Sharik. I am an experienced student counselor. I'm an immigration consultant. For over 12 years, I have recruited international students from more than 30 countries of the world for top universities like York and Deakin of Australia. And now through my company, Shady Global, I help students get admitted into top universities. So if interested, do consider subscribing to the channel. Coming back to the topic for today's video, which is alternative option for students who are not looking at applying into Australia, Canada, UK, USA, but would want to study in an English-speaking country and would want to have post-study work settlement opportunities. And the option is New Zealand. Now, New Zealand is a small country. It is next to Australia or right underneath Australia. And many Pakistani know New Zealand because of cricket. It's a very beautiful country, great weather, a small but a stable economy. It's an English-speaking country, so a lot of students who would want to study in English-speaking countries have the benefit that they can go study in the same language that they've done their study in, and also once they graduate, in the workforce, they'll be working in a workplace where English is the main language. New Zealand does not have a large number of universities because it does not have a large population. There's only about 7-8 universities in total. So the options are limited. Those who are completing their intermediate this time around, keep in mind that almost all New Zealand universities do not accept intermediate students directly into their bachelor's program. A-levels is directly accepted. So intermediate FSC students from Pakistan, you will have to go through a pathway. We officially represent Navitas as well as Kaplan, and they have 2 to 3 pathway offering. So with Kaplan, very good university, Massey University, which is in Auckland, that offers pathway programs. With Navitas, we offer the pathway program through University of Waikato as well as University of Canterbury in Christchurch. Really good universities. And because the number of universities is very small for a small country, the quality of education, these are all public universities, so the quality of education is great. The benefit is that when it comes to New Zealand, it's the number of international students applying into New Zealand is not huge. They only take a small number of international students. It's a small population, so they require skilled workforce. Those students who are able to get admitted into a New Zealand university and then they complete their bachelor's degree, on completion of your studies, you get the post-study work visa, which is for a few years. You can easily find relevant professional job because they don't recruit too many international students. The number of international students that they have is enough that the skill shortage that is there, people start working in professional fields. And in few years' time, you're able to apply for your permanent residency, which can lead you into New Zealand citizenship. Now, the general rule for anybody applying into New Zealand is that when you're applying for your visa, the bank statement that is required is equivalent to 1 year's total cost, which is made up of 20,000 New Zealand dollars as the living cost, and generally the tuition fees for universities between 30 to 35,000 New Zealand dollars. So roughly we are looking at about 50,000 New Zealand dollars, which right now equates to about 8 million PKR. For most of the New Zealand universities who are recruiting from Pakistan, they would require students to pay 1 year's tuition fee upfront. Although some universities do not have this as a written requirement, but for better chances of visa approval, this is required. If you're able to pay 1 year tuition fee, and if you have your tax returns in place, or you can provide proper tax returns for the October intake or for the Feb intake, because a lot of people are going to file their tax returns now, you have a very good chance of getting approved for New Zealand. The visa processing is usually 1 month to 1.5 months. So a lot of intermediate and A-level students who've taken their exams or about to finish with their exams, you have a great opportunity applying in the October intake in New Zealand. Proper documentation for tax returns and 1 year upfront fee, and you are likely approved for a New Zealand visa. And as I mentioned, that their international student intake is not very large. So those who get the New Zealand visa are sort of guaranteed permanent residency and settlement in New Zealand. One of the benefits that I'll tell you, as somebody who's lived in Australia, studied in Australia, I've got a lot of friends and professional connections and family in Australia. If you get New Zealand PR or citizenship, then you are entitled to move to Australia, work and live there. So on getting your New Zealand PR, although New Zealand is amazing, beautiful weather, good bit of economy, you can stay there. But if then you would want to move to Australia and permanently settle and work over there with a New Zealand passport, New Zealand degree, New Zealand work experience, it is easily transferable to Australia. So a bit of a backdoor tip for those looking at using New Zealand to move into Australia. So with this, I'll ask for leave. Hopefully I've been able to provide some valuable information to you. If that is the case, do consider liking this video, sharing it with the others. And if you have any questions about your profile being assessed for New Zealand, put that in the comment section and my team will guide you. For those looking at professional services, contact us on the numbers or email provided in the description of the video. You can Google Shelly Global. Myself and my staff will be more than happy to sit down with you, assess your profile for study abroad, help you in admission and visa process as well as the immigration process. With this, I'll ask for leave. Bye for now.